Yo, what's going on, everybody? SammyV here. Hey, wanted to record a quick podcast. Maybe this will be quick. Maybe this won't be. I don't know. I don't really have a plan for this podcast here, but I don't even know if I'm going to make it a Millennial Stories per se. But I've been working on the book, my book that I'm going to be publishing here in 2019 for sure, 100%. I am publishing this darn thing. It has taken me a lot longer than what I originally thought, but I committed to finishing it, and it's going to be done in 2019. So I've been hibernating in my newly made office in the basement of my parents' house, working on this book. And I needed a break. It's important to take breaks when you're doing things. Your mind cannot concentrate it cannot concentrate for super long periods of times. You need many little breaks to give yourself a break and then go back. You can't be at optimal performance for long periods of time. You have to give yourself little mini breaks and be able to, and then you go back to what you were doing. So that's what I'm doing right now. I said, you know what, I need about 15-20 minute break. So I'm just going to record a podcast. I'm going to do something completely different other than editing this book and looking over it. So there's a couple things I wanted to kind of talk about here, because it is the second day of the year, and it's today is the day that you have, right? Today is the only day that you have, and tomorrow does not exist. It doesn't exist. Okay, today, right now, this very moment is all that you have. And what I am become huge on, or really have learned and kind of grown in this, is to really maximize the moment that you're in. The moment that you're in. My dad and I went on a cruise December 15th through the 20th in the Western Caribbean. I had a really kind of just a long year, an awesome year. It was great. Lots of ups and downs. I got the emotional high of playing college soccer again, and got to wear the captain's armband. It was a huge moment for me. Huge moment. It was a dream of mine. I finished my childhood dream of playing college soccer. I finished my degree. Self-sustained this year through my own business, which I had never done before. It was a huge accomplishment. I wrote a book, even though it's not published yet. I wrote a book. It's 150 pages, 47,000 words. Big project I did. I started a podcast, YouTube show. There's a lot of things that I did this year that, when I look back on, I'm like, wow, I did that. But there was a lot of downs as well. I saw a counselor for quite a long time. I had dealt with some serious anxiety and stress during the summertime. It was hard, playing college soccer again and not working for 4 months, and, having to make so much money prior to that time so that I could live during, the season. It was a stressful time, but I learned so much about myself. So I needed to go on a vacation. I needed to go on a serious vacation, a getaway. My dad and I went on a cruise, the Western Caribbean, and I will tell you what, it was one of the best trips I've ever been on. I can't say the best because, man, I've had some good trips, but one of the best trips I've ever been on. And I will tell you the reason why. Well, first off, my phone was turned off the whole trip. It was on airplane mode. So it wasn't turned off so I could take pictures if I wanted to. But it was on airplane mode, so I had no contact to the outside world. And I will tell you, my dad and I, we were completely present and all in the moment. It was incredible. We literally, at the day that we left, we're like, holy moly, we have a whole life back home. We kind of forgot about. It's kind of sad, but it's kind of good in a way. Like, we had this life that we forgot about. I forgot about school. I forgot about soccer. I forgot about money. I forgot about all these things, for 4 or 5 days. And I forgot about all stress. It was amazing. We were just present in the moment. And I realized that if you don't maximize this moment that you have, this moment right now that you have, if you don't maximize it, okay, You're not going to get everything that it's worth. The reason why that trip was one of the best trips I've ever been on was because I maximized those 5 days. My dad and I maximized it. We maximized it. We were present in the moment. It was so much fun. We had a good time. We didn't stress about anything. We just maximized that moment. So 2019, man, maximize the moment. Maximize this moment right now that you have. It's all you have. You know, the past is gone. The future doesn't exist. Right now is what you got. So whatever it is, you know, be present. Be all in that moment. You know, when I work, one thing I try to do is I try to put my phone away and I try to decrease all distractions, and I'll work for 45 minutes to an hour. And I promise you, I get more done in that 45 minutes to an hour than most people get done in 4 or 5 hours because I'm so focused and present in that moment and maximizing. I wrote this book in 2 weeks. So, oh my gosh, I wrote a book in 2 weeks. You know how? You know why? Because for 2 weeks, all I did was write, pretty much. I sat down and put my phone away. And I wrote, and I wrote, and I wrote. I'd take a break, then I'd write, and I'd write, and I'd write. I'd take a break, and I'd write, and I'd write, and I'd write. But I was focused. I was present in that moment. I maximized every moment. I wasn't sitting there on my phone. You know, I see, you know, just being back in college, you know, I didn't have, you know, being 25, 26 years old, I've got bills to pay. I'm working while I'm in school. I don't have the luxury of extra time. And so I would see college students studying. And they'd be there for 4, 5, 6 hours studying. And I would see them post on their social media. Oh, 6 hours in. Well, when I was there, studying next to you for 2 hours, the 1 or 2 hours I was there, you were barely studying. You were on your phone the whole time. You were goofing off. You were talking to people. So you really weren't studying for 5 to 6 hours. So what I learned was I could get done in an hour what most students could get done in 6. Because for an hour, that's all I did. Maximize the moment. Maximize the moment that you're in here in 2019. Also, you know, a lot of people make New Year's resolutions. You know, I want to be more healthy. I want to, you know, I don't know, save more money. Well, here's the thing. You know the reason why people don't follow through with New Year's resolutions? You know one of the biggest reasons why people don't follow through is because they don't build habits. We are creatures of habits. We do everything based on our habits. Everything. Everything's habitual in our life. If you don't build the right habits that can sustain the action you need to take to get what you want, which is more healthy or save more money, then you'll never get there. You have to build the right habits. I think it was 4 or 5 years ago, I made, it was like my second year out of college, I made $40,000. Okay, I was single. I think I was 21 at the time, 21, 22. Yeah, I was 21. It was the year I was 21. And I made right on $40,000 that year. Okay, I'm single, 21 years old. Almost no expenses. Okay, $40,000 that year. Guess how much money I saved? Zero. I had $0 at the end of the year. I looked at my all my financial statements, and I was like, I made $40,000 and I saved $0. And you know why that was? Because I hadn't built the habit of saving for the first 21 years of my life. I hadn't built the habit of spending less than I made. That's all that saving is finding a way to spend less money than you make. And so I knew that at that point in time, I had to right from there, I had to build the habit of spending less money than I made. And guess what? A year later, I had more money in my bank account. A lot more money. 2 years later, a lot more money. Because I'd built the habit of spending less than I made. I'm all about increasing your income. I think that should be your number one priority. But if you're spending what you make or more than what you make, at the end of the year, you're going to be unhappy. So build a habit of spending less money than you make, and I promise you, you'll save money. Build the habit of exercising 4 to 5 times a week and eating good, eating well, okay? And I guarantee you, come the end of 2019, I guarantee you, you're going to be more healthy. You'll probably lose weight. You'll feel better about yourself. You'll look better because you've built the habit of exercising. So your goal shouldn't be more healthy. Your goal should be, what do I need to do to build the habit of working out or exercising 4 to 5 times a week? What do I need to do to make sure that I build the habit of being health conscious when I eat? That is what's going to help you follow through with your New Year's resolutions. See, people don't follow through with New Year's resolutions because they think about it wrong. They don't understand it's about building habits, about doing something you don't want to do for a period of time until it becomes habitual, so it becomes a lifestyle, so it becomes what you do every single day. See, most people think it takes 21 days to build a habit. New science will tell you it takes 66 days to build a habit. It takes over 2 months to build a habit. So you have to do this. You need to be focused on, what do I need to do to get to the middle of March? What do I need to do to get to the middle of March? If I can get to the middle of March, I'm going to start to begin to really build this habit. It's going to become habitual. It's going to become a lifestyle. And all of a sudden, I'm going to start doing this every day, every day, every day. And the problem is too many people, first off, they don't commit to it. They don't full out commit. And second off, they start running, especially running way too fast. You know, especially if you want to get into exercising, if you want to get more healthy, it's always the biggest one. Everyone's New Year's resolution is, I want to lose weight, be more healthy. Well, you go to the gym at freaking 5 a.m., January 1st. You're not used to it. It's a complete shock to your body. And you probably do a really freaking hard workout. So you're sore the next day. You don't really want to go. You go do it again the next day. 3-4 days in, you're like, dude, I don't want to do this anymore. You've got to, a lot of times, you need to full out commit, but you got to ease your body into it. If you're trying to build a new habit, okay, you've got, especially if you want to exercise, it's got to be, you know what, I'm going to go when it's convenient for me. I'm going to go at 7 o'clock at night, okay, when I feel good, or whatever, or I'm going to go during lunch. I'm going to go walk during lunch. Whatever it is. Until you start to build the habit, and so it becomes a part of your lifestyle, then start challenging yourself to get up at 4 or get up at 5 a.m., 5:30, and do an exercise. That's the problem. Most people go at it the complete wrong way, and 3 weeks in, they quit. And then guess what? Come beginning of 2020, people are going to be like, man, I want to be more healthy. I want to do this. Well, 2 years ago, I'll tell you this. 2 years ago, I was almost 200 pounds. Okay, I'm 5'8", almost 200 pounds. Okay, and I was like, dude, I have to get more healthy. I said, I look like crap. I feel like crap. And I just got to find a way to be more healthy. So I started running. I was a college athlete, okay? College athlete. I used to be able to run, you know, when I was training for preseason. You know, you can hear my phone ring right now. This is awesome. Oh my gosh, this is ridiculous. I was training, I would run 8-9 miles, easy. Well, I'm almost 200 pounds, okay? Almost 200 pounds. And so I start running. You know, the first mileage I ran, 1.5 miles. I ran 1.5 miles. It's the first time I ran 1.5, okay? I slowly built my way up. And a year later, I had lost 30 pounds, and I was running 6, 7, 8 miles a day, 5, 6 times a week. A year later, I started running 1.5 miles. A year later, 6 to 7. Okay? Then I went back, played college soccer, all right? So I was extra fit, okay? Come this year, my goal is to run a marathon. We're talking 2 years, people. 2+ years. I'm going to go from running 1.5 miles to a marathon. 2 years. Okay? Most of you are trying to run a marathon this year, and you don't even know how to run. You never ran. You're trying to run a marathon way too freaking quickly. And you quit because you haven't built the habit. You got to build habits in 2019. You got to focus on what habits do I need to build and what habits do I need to break. But you got to be able to do it till middle of March. Get yourself to middle of March, and I promise you, you're gonna by that time you will have built the momentum to sustain yourself to get through 2019 with the result that you want. Hey, I'm going to get back to work on the book here. You all have a wonderful, 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 wonderful Wednesday, or whatever day you're listening to this. Be present in the moment, okay? Maximize this moment. Yesterday is gone. Tomorrow doesn't exist. Today is all you got. And build good habits in 2019. That's what you should focus on. Make a goal and say, what habit do I need to build in order to make this goal become a reality in 2019? Hey, you all have a great freaking day. Love you.